Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kyrus Has Friends, the show where I sit down with the people that mean the most to me, my friends. Today, I have a very special guest, but before we get to her and the wonderful things that she is doing, if you want to follow me on social media, please be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter at The Vibe with Kai. You can also follow me on TikTok, my favorite platform, and on Snapchat at Kyrus Keenan. And if you are so inclined, you can follow me on my website, thevibewithkai.com, where I'm always posting blogs and videos and things that'll help you do good, feel good, be good, and live a good life full of good vibes. And you can get your Vibe with Kai merchandise. I sell t-shirts, hats, and all of that fun stuff where you can get it. And in fact, I believe you have a t-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can go to my website, thevibewithkai.com, and get your stuff, get your gear, and be cool like everybody else. But enough about me and my shenanigans. I have a very special guest here today. Somebody that I've met via the TikTok and the Instagram. And now we're good friends because of this. And I'm so excited that you're finally here because we've been talking about getting together and doing this for quite some time. And now it's actually happening. So I'm sitting here with lifestyle blogger and educational administrator and social media influencer and just good person all around, Dr. Stacey Freeman. Hi.
Hi, Kai. Thanks for having me.
I'm super excited to finally be sitting with you.
I know. We've been talking about it since we met on TikTok, like, I don't know, 3 months ago, maybe? 4 months ago?
It's funny because, obviously we met, 3 months ago, but it seems like I've known you for much longer than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we vibe. What can I say?
No, it's true. We do. No, we just click, and it's perfect, and I love it. But so we're gonna talk a little bit about the social media side of things, obviously, because you have a large presence on that side of things with what you do and your followers and your goals and all of that stuff. But before we get to that, just as from human being to human being, quarantine, how you doing? You know, coronavirus 2020. How you holding up?
I mean, it's the craziest year ever for sure. But the thing that I really have tried to focus on is I'm a bit of a control freak, and I've realized in this situation I can only control myself and my surroundings.
Yes.
And so I feel like it's been a really good exercise for me to be more present and focus on my individual and family goals, and that's really what I've been doing. So I've actually been doing really well, to be honest.
Yeah. Would you say that given all of the nonsense that's going on in 2020, would you say that you're viewing 2020 in a positive light, even given all of the stuff that's going on in the world? Because you've done some really interesting, fun things this year.
Yeah, I mean, so it's hard because part of my lifestyle blogging is travel. So clearly that's been a struggle that I can't really do that. But
Sure.
I feel as though I've used it as an opportunity to grow other things, like joining TikTok and working on that and using that as a really fun creative outlet. And I got a new job, which I know we'll probably talk about later. And so I've been focusing on things I can control, things that are positive for my life and my kids' life. And to be honest, the time I get to spend with my children, I will never get back. That is so valuable and a very unique opportunity for parents who have to now, virtually teach our children.
Right. I was gonna ask. So, raising children in the coronavirus world, where it's not easy to just go to a theme park or take them to the places where you're so used to taking them. Being a mom during this time period, what have you learned about yourself and your children during these past 3-4 months?
So I think the biggest thing that I have learned and always have known for a while, though, is that balance as a parent is really hard, especially when you're a social media person, because you have to be on your phone a lot for your job. You have to be on your computer a lot for your job. And so to make the time and space for them is something that is a constant struggle and clearly a priority, but it's still hard when you're juggling. I have, basically 2 full-time jobs. So it is a struggle, but I also feel like I am getting more quality time with them. And I make an intentional effort to think of cool things we can do still in the Los Angeles area that won't put us at risk, for coronavirus. So
how is California doing right now in regards to the coronavirus pandemic? How are y'all doing out there? Because I feel like I felt like y'all were doing okay, and then all of a sudden you weren't.
Yeah, so I think, that's such a hard question, and I really think it's like community specific, to be honest. Like yesterday I went down to Huntington Beach to visit my friend who has a home there. So it was just me and her in her home. I felt we could social distance safely. But as I drive down like the boulevard where all the, shops and the pier is, I see so many people without masks, and I'm just like, oh my God, wear your mask.
Wear your mask. I just put on your mask and like this thing will go away. Just wear your mask.
And so again, I think it's community specific, and I think I do appreciate what our governor has attempted to do. I think he has taken a progressive stance on it, but it's hard when we're not a collectivist culture. We're a very individualistic culture as America as a whole. So it's hard to get people to give up their freedom, so to speak.
Yes. Now I mentioned before that we met on the TikTok, and
you're on my For You page.
You pop up on my For You page all the time, obviously because I like your videos, and TikTok's like, oh, well, we're gonna show you more of her videos.
We're friends.
So you were not on TikTok before the pandemic.
I was. I actually joined in November of 2019. Ironically, to do an ad for them.
No way, yeah?
Yes, they were trying to get more followers, and because I had a larger Instagram presence, they paid me to create a TikTok account.
No way. And now TikTok is probably one of the most popular platforms out there, so much so that other platforms are trying to figure out ways to emulate what they're doing. Obviously, you have Instagram Reels that's going to be coming out in August, and you have YouTube putting together something similar as well.
I didn't even know that.
Crazy. Yeah, YouTube's putting it together something as well that's going to be rolled out. And Instagram Reels, it's already been out in India and Germany, and now Instagram Reels is going to be coming out worldwide in August, and that's a direct competitor to
for
TikTok.
Real?
Yes, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
Are you?
I am because I love TikTok. Don't get me wrong. TikTok has changed my life for sure. Obviously, without TikTok, this wouldn't be happening at all.
Yeah.
Right. But I've always been a big fan of Instagram, like a huge fan of Instagram. So Instagram already has this established base. It has a lot of musical rights already that people can use and all of that. And I'm just curious. I'm excited for it. I'm curious to see what happens. But even with that all being said, TikTok has changed everybody's life and all of that. How has TikTok affected just you as a person, as a businesswoman, like everything that you do in your life? How has TikTok changed your life?
So to be honest, before I really started getting into TikTok in March, I was like feeling just kind of stagnant in my blog because again, I've been doing it for 7 years, and like Instagram had just started feeling really mundane to me, and like I've purposely tried not to have that like very filtered look on my page because I just personally don't like that aesthetic for me.
Sure.
But it started just to feel like every time I go to Instagram and look at the feed, I'd be like, ugh, it's so like trite. It's like not special anymore. It doesn't feel unique. It just feels blah. And then I would go to TikTok and I would sit there for an hour just laughing.
Yes.
And that's when I saw you. I think like one of the first days I was really on TikTok, I saw your smile and I was like, look at this like sunshine on the screen. Why would I want to go back to looking at that fake crap when I can look at him, you know? And so that's kind of why I started going on TikTok. And then I started seeing the fashion videos, and like that's why I started my blog, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then I tried one and I wasn't that good, but then I tried another one and I got a little better. And then it started getting really fun, you know?
Yes.
The other thing about TikTok that I love, which I don't know how you feel about this, but my demographic on TikTok is much younger than it is on my other social and on my blog. So I'm now connecting with like teenage girls, and they like view me as a role model, which is weird, but also really special. And they DM me and they tell me how I've like helped them feel more confident and more beautiful and stuff like that. And I just like, I literally like, I feel so like blessed that these people follow me, you know?
Oh, that's so cool. That's it. It's interesting to, you know, because TikTok obviously gives you this information about your demographic and the people that contact you. And what's funny is that I think I've had the complete reverse
Oh,
of
for real?
what I think from a demographic standpoint, because like the stuff that I put out, looking back at it now, I guess that what I'm about to say makes sense, I guess. But like when my demographic, if you were to look at my, you know how on TikTok it'll show you
Yeah.
like what percentage male, female I have. Can you take a guess of what what the percentage?
Well, you must have like 90% female.
It literally, it is 91% female and 9% male.
It's that
And
smart,
like,
huh?
but like, I didn't go into it like that. Like, I didn't. That wasn't my goal. I wasn't gonna be like, all right, ladies, bring it on. Like, I wasn't. I wasn't like that at all.
You are starting to take that shirt off any day now, I think.
I know it's not happening. It's not happening on TikTok, Instagram. Another story. But like, but TikTok, no. And like, and that's the thing. Like, I would have never guessed that. I would have never. But like now, I find myself catering to my audience, but I still want to like grow my demographic because I don't want it to just be like one thing. And I would say a month and a half ago, like it has improved because a month and a half ago it was 96% female, 96%
Wow.
female, 4% male. Now it's down to 91, and I'm hoping that that continues to go down and that it just opens up. So you'll probably start seeing more content for like both sexes.
Okay. I was going to say, well, I mean, a lot of buying power in the U.S. is done by women. So I mean,
that's true.
It's not a really terrible thing for your business, to be honest.
I know. I only out of all of the products that I've seen sold on my website, I would say 5% of it were male products. Like it's been all female. Like I am not complaining at all. Like it's just very eye opening and very interesting because that's not what I thought. But to your point, to get these young female followers to message you and all of that, does that give you extra inspiration, I guess, for when you do put up your posts and your blogs now?
Yeah, I mean, so I've gotten a lot of comments about like confidence and self-love and stuff like that. So I've been putting out a little bit more of that content because I never really thought of myself as like an overly confident person. Mm-hmm. But the way that people view me on my videos, they think I am. And I'm like, well, mm-hmm. I try to be, but I don't think I always am, So it's like,
interesting.
Clearly this is something that these girls mostly are missing in their lives, that they also don't feel confident. So like, let's talk about it. Let's and I mean, as much as possible, I always try to comment back. I always try to respond to my DMs that are appropriate.
Right.
Because
let's not get started on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, especially these younger girls, it's like if I can be like, I think you've always said this, if I can like put one smile on someone's face today, I'm going to be happy. And if I can make one girl feel good about herself today, Absolutely. I'm going to be so happy. So,
it's interesting what you just said though. You said that you don't view yourself as a I guess what was the word that you use?
I think confident, but
and that surprises me because I don't get that sense from. I've been talking to you for months, both like on TikTok and Instagram and in real life, right? I've never gotten that sense from you ever.
I mean, I think I'm really good at putting on a face for it. Like I think I think my dad is a very like outgoing and jovial person, and I learned how to be that way with people and I feel like I'm a very good communicator.
Sure.
But I don't know that I always feel that internally.
I get that.
I'm really good at putting
it out. I think that, and this is just my 2 cents, right? I think that you are, right? I really do. And I wouldn't undersell yourself there because I think you're a lot like stronger than you may realize, right? Yeah. Because you're also a human being, obviously, right? Unless you're a robot. Are you a robot?
I think we're just all like, you and me both were like such perfectionists that like we always are like, we're not doing enough. We could do more.
That's true.
We could be better.
Yeah. No, here's the thing though. I totally get what you're saying because like the things that I try to put out a lot of like good vibes, like, hey guys, smile, blah, blah. But like, Lord knows that I have my days when I'm like, right? Yeah. And I don't necessarily put that out there, obviously, because I don't want to spread that kind of like vibe or anything like that. But I do know that even though people don't see me that way a lot, uh, I don't let it define me, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, you know, and
Yeah.
I think judging off of, and I feel confident enough to say this because I've been talking to you like for a while now, you
Yeah.
know. I think that you are a lot stronger than you realize,
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, I think I am too, but I
Yeah,
guess sometimes to show it externally doesn't
I
always
see.
mean you actually feel it internally.
That's true.
You can still portray confidence even if you
Absolutely.
don't always.
There's oh yeah, there's been days when I'm like I put out a positive a post, right? Telling people like, "Hey guys, keep your head up." And meanwhile like 10 seconds before I film that, I'm like, "I hate this." Ah.
Yeah, and
You
that's
know,
the
I
thing.
totally get that.
But we're trying. I mean, we're both trying to be a
Right.
positive light for people. So
Right. But now you're at a point both on Instagram and on TikTok where you have hundreds and thousands of followers,
yeah,
right? Which is exciting.
yeah.
You know, like and that growth, like what message do you want to try to get across to them, you know, every day?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's just really one of positivity and like
Yeah.
I, especially on Instagram lately, I don't know if you've been following my Instagram for the last couple months, but since Black Lives Matter and with COVID, I've really tried to make people think a little bit
Hmm.
because I am an educator by training. My PhD's in education, so it's like I do want people to think a little. I want
Yeah.
them to a lot of people go through life never really pushing themselves, I feel like, and I do want people to like use their brains and actually
Right.
think about the world around them
Right. Right.
and how they can be better people too, you know.
Right, right, right. Well, you've been mentioning your blog. You know, Posh in Progress is that's your thing. That's your life. Like, can you for those that are watching right now that have no idea what it is that you blog about and stuff like that? What is it that you do?
Yeah, so I'm a lifestyle blogger. I mean, I started it back in 2013, really focused on just the things I was passionate about. I had just had a son, and I just felt like I always wanted to be a mom, but I didn't want to lose my identity as Stacey. I still wanted
Mhm.
to be able to put that out in the world, and so that was like my creative outlet. So I started mostly with fashion and recipes. And then
Mhm.
over time, I've now gone into parenting and travel and just general lifestyle. So, sometimes I share more difficult topics like I wrote a couple things about Black Lives Matter
Mhm.
because my kids are biracial. But then, I also do really light stuff like, I don't know, this week I had a blueberry muffin recipe and like
Yeah.
a floral dress. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
kind of all
exciting
over.
though. That's really and it's exciting because you're I mean you're writing about things that you are passionate about and things
Yeah.
that you love and you mentioned, you know, raising biracial children in this time right now where it's just like, oh man, why is this still an issue? Why is this still an issue? You know, kind of mindset. Has it how has it been? You know, not obviously we talked about raising children just in the pandemic world, but also raising children, biracial children specifically, in a world that is just incredibly racist and it's disappointing to watch. It's sad, it's upsetting, it's angry. You know, I remember seeing some of the comments that people write on your posts sometimes, especially on TikTok, where these keyboard warriors are just like all lives matter, like all this stuff, and it drives me nuts. What has that been like for you over the past like
I
month or
forgot
so?
about all those all lives matter arguments on my.
Yeah.
Uh, um, I agree, all lives matter, but not
Mm,
until Black Lives Matter.
yes. Hmm.
So it's hard. Like my PhD educational background is specifically looking at underserved populations, especially Black kids, and how they lack access to education. So this is a topic I've been really thinking about. Racial inequality in the educational system for 15 years. And so I think I'm actually happy that my kids are home right now because I do feel like I get to have these conversations with them in a really safe way. It's hard to have a conversation. My kids are 6 and 7. So to talk about race is still kind of complicated. They don't really completely understand it. And then when I tried to explain what happened to George Floyd,
Yeah.
my daughter's first question was, does that mean my dad is going to be killed by a policeman?
Mm,
And so when you hear that, you're just like, obviously it hurts your heart, but you're also like, how do I explain the criminal justice system and raising America to a 6 and 7-year-old. So
I mean, how would you explain it to an adult at this point? I mean,
it's hard. So, you know, I think what's important is having open dialogues.
Yes.
Always telling them they are, you know, their skin color does not define them and they are just as special and perfect as every other human being. And, you know, I really try to just focus on that, but it is a little challenging as a white mom too, you know, especially for my daughter, I think, to see me not looking the same. And those are just conversations we're working through. But to be honest, my kids, I think, are very well adjusted at this point. It's just a matter of what world are they going to go into in the next, you know?
Right. And so, I mean, to kind of take this on a light note here, because like this stuff I know you and I can talk about this for days and days and days, but I did want to get your insight on it. But you did recently start a new exciting adventure in your life.
Yes, I did.
And so I want you to talk about that, because it's like really cool what you're doing. Can you tell everybody what you just got hired to do?
Yeah, so it is like dream job scenario. So I am the executive director of the UCLA Badari Kindness Institute.
Repeat that. You are the executive director of the what?
The UCLA Badari Kindness Institute.
What? The kindness, the UCLA Kindness Institute? That is so cool.
I know, it's so cool. And I think the coolest part is I get to work with over 30 faculty members at UCLA who research kindness, understanding kindness, how people use empathy in their lives, why people are unkind. Like I'm working with, you know, people in medicine, in psychology, in social sciences, and it's like in business, like all these different fields coming together around how we can basically create more kindness in the world.
That is fantastic. And let me tell you, Stacey, that is something that like the world needs, like right now.
Yes.
and you get to play a major part in that. And like I don't want that to go unnoticed, because that is just fantastic stuff. Did you start already?
Yeah, I started July 1st.
And so it's been almost a month now.
Almost a month, yeah.
How has it been?
So basically my first, because we're obviously telecommuting, well, maybe not obviously, but we are telecommuting for the rest of the year, actually. So it's a little strange to get hired via Zoom and never meet anyone in person. But apparently I translate okay on screen.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I basically spent the first month just meeting all these faculty members and having Zoom calls with them and hearing about their research. And I'm telling you, Kai, like these people, they're researching the most interesting topics, and like people that really want to create like systemic change and you know, all about human rights, and it's just all these topics that need our attention. And I'm just so blessed that I get to help basically take their cool research and try to figure out how to get it into the world, you know?
That is so cool. And like it makes me be like, okay, I'm going to move to California and I want to come work for Dr. Stacey Freeman. I want to work at the Kindness Institute.
Yeah, for real. You can do all of our social media because we need to figure
Absolutely.
out how to
I just booked my flight. I'm on my way.
I actually got to speak to the person who gave the money for the Institute. And I remember saying to him, like, even if I don't get this job, I am so grateful to you that you would give this amount of money to UCLA to do something that's going to change the world for real.
Yeah.
So
I remember us having that conversation during that time period when you were talking to him. And I remember hearing the genuine excitement in your voice, where it was like you said, like even if you didn't get that opportunity, you were still just excited that like there wasn't even an opportunity in the first place for somebody to kind of head up this side of things. So, and the fact that you get to do it, because I know how excited you were to even like remotely even think about this job, and now you have it, and like that's I'm really happy for you, because I know you really wanted that, and you get to live this really great like life where you get your beautiful children, who are adorable, by the way. Adorable children. You get to blog about the things that you love. You get to make fun TikToks and entertain your followers. you get to work at the Kindness Institute, and you get to continue to have these really critical conversations about Black Lives Matter and about being a white ally and educating not only your children but other white people and all of that. And like that means more than I think you realize. Like that you're doing some incredible work, and I'm incredibly blessed to just know you. And to call you my friend, like I mean that, like I mean that. I'm so excited that I even get to even be remotely in your presence, my queen.
Oh my God, not even. I feel the same about you. You are like, I always find so much like, whenever I lack motivation, I just need to go look at your page for real. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to hustle harder like Kai, man. You are always hustling harder.
I'm always doing something, but I mean, it's twofold because I get my inspiration from people like you, you know, doing the things that you love, you know, and like that's exciting for me because it's motivational. And those young women that were contacting you, you know, they're looking up to somebody very important,
Aww.
you know, like somebody that has that platform and that voice that they may not, like being able to voice things that they may not know how to voice or where to voice it and things like that. So I'm giving you a hug right now. This is me giving you a hug.
Thanks, Kai. I mean, I feel the same, and it's like, okay, so people have questions about TikTok and if it's a spy app and all this, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Their algorithm got it right because I've made a few friends on TikTok, including you, that are like really important people. So it works for me.
I appreciate you. What is, just to kind of wrap things up here, what is one piece of just good vibes advice that you would give to anybody that may be watching right now that may be feeling down about 2020, that may be like, life right now? What would you say to them?
Yeah, you know, something that I've worked on a lot in my, now that I'm getting a little older is
You're 21, right?
Come on. Is self-love. Like, honestly, this time in our lives is so weird. The only thing we can control is ourselves, and we can't even control the people around us. We can only control ourselves, but we can make ourselves happy every single day by choosing ourselves and choosing things that are good for us, and surrounding ourselves with people like you who are good for us, you know? And so that's what I would say is like, focus on yourself and the things you can control and making yourself a better person every day.
Amen. Amen, Stacey. I love it. Thank you so much for sitting with me and for taking time out of your day. I know that you have a busy day ahead of you over California.
Not today. I think I was.
You get to relax today?
Yeah, today's a down day.
Hey!
Make TikToks.
This is the TikTok making day that you're gonna make your TikTok and spread it out through the rest of the week.
That's what I do. Yeah, I have like a whole bunch of drafts.
Nice. Oh, nice. Well, I'm so happy that we got to sit down and finally sit down and chat and talk for a little bit. And I look forward to us talking again and all of that. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I just put down the wrong tube there. There we go. Okay, I'm good. To everybody that watched this right here, if you enjoyed Dr. Stacey Freeman, how can they follow you on the Instagram and on the TikTok?
I'm at Posh in Progress on all social media.
Yes, look at that consistency, uniformity. That's marketing 101 right there, friends. You can follow her right there on TikTok and on Instagram. She's always doing some great things, so go and follow her. And if you like me, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter at The Vibe with Kai. You can also follow me on Snapchat and on TikTok at Kyrus Keenan. And you can visit my website at thevibewithkai.com. Dr. Stacey Freeman, thank you so much. To everybody else, thank you so much for watching. I love y'all. Good vibes.